Hello and welcome back to Plan With Me. This week I'm memory planning July 6th to the 12th, and I'm using this kit from the Prairie Planner called Neon Tide. This kit is very summery, very bright, and summer vacation vibes. And although I am on summer vacation, it does not feel like summer vacation. I made this silly decision to take some summer classes to work towards my Master's of Education, which I am currently super regretting because I feel like a zombie at the moment, and I should be writing some papers right now, but I wanted to just take a little brain break and try to do something that I enjoy, which is planning. And yeah, I know I'm going to probably pay for taking off a couple hours with a couple hours of stress in the future. It is not healthy. So basically, I am taking 3 weeks of classes, and it's 2 courses condensed into 14 days. Actually, I think it's more like 13 days, yes, because each class is 6.5 days long. And each of these courses should actually take like 2 months or something. So it is just a whole bunch of information just thrown at you. And then on top of that, these assignments that we have to get done. It is just a nightmare right now. And I just finished my first week and I'm like so tired all the time. But I'm looking at the big picture and I'm still going to give it my best shot. I'm still going to try my hardest. Um, whether or not I succeed in this, at least I can say that I gave it my all and I am hoping that I can do well. So anyway, all that to say that I didn't really have a vacation this week because this week was actually like an orientation online class for the classes that I'm taking. And so that kind of ran the span of a couple of these days. Right here, I'm pulling in some Simply Gilded Washi, which is gold foiled bows. And yeah, I don't know. So it doesn't feel like summer vacation yet. Thankfully, though, on the upside of this is that I don't have any classes in August. And part of me wonders if I would have preferred to run all the way through August and not feel so, I don't know, zombified. But in any case, it is what it is. So at least I'll have August free. And I just found out that some of our assignments are not even due till August. So, even though the classes would be over essentially by the end of July, some of our assignments are not due till August 7th or something crazy like that. So, thankfully. Anyway, enough of the life update. Here we are getting into the day by day. The first thing on Monday I'm marking is that I actually had a really good sleep. And throughout this week, I marked almost every day the type of sleep that I had. But this day was a good sleep. I guess the night prior, and that is from the Coffee Monsters Go. Then to mark the first part of my online class, I'm using a computer monitor from the kit. Then to mark that I did my makeup, I'm using this leftover lipstick sticker. I think is from the sticker party, but I might be mistaken. And then I made a TikTok video about Team Norway because I was cheering for Team Norway. Then I played some games, and I'm using a controller from 3 Years Apart. And that little phone sticker I forgot to mention is from the kit. And then to end the night, we did end up doing some quizzes. So I'm using this YouTube play button from Alley Cat Shop to mark that. And then moving on to Tuesday, I am marking that I had a terrible sleep. So like I said, I was just marking all the types of sleeps that I had this week. And to mark the terrible sleep, I'm using this, I think it's a bear from Paper Bits Co. And then to mark that I did more classes, I'm using the laptop sticker that came with the kit to mark that we went to get ice cream in the afternoon because it was so incredibly hot this day. I don't remember what the Celsius was, but I remember it just being super hot. So we went to get ice cream. And the sticker is from Once More with Love. I didn't drop my ice cream, but I just thought this was a cute little sticker to mark that. Then I played some games when I got home. So I'm using this controller from 3 Years Apart. And then I started. I don't know if I started the show or continued, but I was watching I Will Find You by, it's like a Harlan Cobain series on Netflix. I literally only watched 2 episodes so far though, so I'm not even done because I've been so busy with homework. It's been insane. I haven't really played any games either. It's just a whole different side. Anyway, to mark that I just TikTok binged, I'm using these music notes from a Happy Planner sticker book. I don't remember which one. And then moving on to Wednesday, first thing I'm marking is that I slept in. So I'm using this girl from Paper Bits Co. It was actually a good sleep that night. And then to mark that my back was hurting, like just, once you hit a certain age, it just all seems to fall apart. But that sticker is from Papershire. To mark that me and my aunt went to bingo, I'm using a nail polish sticker that came with the kit. We usually go to bingo on the weekends, but I just already knew that this weekend was going to be stressful because my classes started the following Monday and I just needed to prepare myself. Um, didn't really make a difference. I was still stressing. Anywho, we went to get Tim Hortons after that, so I'm using the coffee cup that came with the kit. I pulled stickers that evening, so I'm using the stickers that came with the kit. Then I played some Apex that evening, and I'm using that controller also from 3 years apart. And then moving on to Thursday, the first thing I'm marking is that I had a terrible sleep. So it was like good sleep, bad sleep, good sleep, bad sleep, pretty much all week. That is also from Paper Bits Co. And then using another Paper Bits Co. sticker, I'm marking that I did some more online classes. I think I finished them I did finish them this day. They were kind of nice because they were taken at your own pace classes that we had. You know what? And actually found out that I didn't have to actually have these finished until the end of August. But me and a few of my classmates thought we had to have them done before we started class. But, we didn't. And I was just like, damn, I was stressing. But at least they're done and I don't have to worry about them. With a car, I'm marking that we drove to the city where I had to do my classes, which is an hour and some away, like an hour and some away from my city. So I'm commuting like an hour and 20 minutes every day to get to my classes. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I've booked an Airbnb because I can't do it for another week in a row. I will be driving some mornings, but not every morning like last week. That was so brutal. Anyway, using the shoe sticker, I'm marking that I toured the campus. Well, it's not a campus, it's kind of off campus, but it's still in a learning building. I don't know how to explain it. I'm using this girl from Stick with the Plan Co. marking that we got Taco Bell because we don't have a Taco Bell in our city, so we took advantage of the one that was in the city, and then using the orange, marking the same thing about the dessert. So those viral desserts with they're like shaped like fruit, and then you bite into them and they have like cake inside and all the fun stuff. So we did pick up one of those too because we don't have that in our city. And then when we got home, I'm using the movie marquee to mark that we watched The Backrooms. And moving on to Friday, first thing I'm marking is I slept in using another Paper Bits Co. marking that I went for breakfast with this emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. Marking that I continued that show, I'm using another TV from the kit. Marking that there was a really bad storm this day, I'm using this lightning bolt sticker that you see me just put down, and I don't remember where that's from. I think it's from, you know what? Hold on, I'm going to see if I can find it. Okay, I actually couldn't find it, but I think it's called something like Shine Sticker Co. or something like that. There was sticker books that were sold at Michael's, and that's where that came from. Then to mark that I played games, I'm using another controller from 3 years apart. And then just to mark cuddling, I'm using this head that's either from Once More with Love or the Coffee Monsters Co. I'm not quite sure. Moving on to Saturday, first thing I'm marking is that I slept in, and I'm using another Paper Bits Co. Girl. I did some planning using the planner sticker from the kit. Went to have Tim Hortons using another Tim Hortons cup from the Prairie Planner. The kit only comes with one, but I do have some leftovers from previous kits. And then this day, Norway ended up losing or getting knocked out of the World Cup, so I'm just using this sad either emoji or munchkin head to mark that. Then I uploaded my plan with me, so I'm using the camera that came with the kit, played some Fortnite using another 3 years apart controller, and using another one of those storm stickers to mark that there was a really bad storm this night. We actually got a tornado warning on our phones, and the sky was so orange. It was hailing so hard. The winds were crazy. It was so insane, and it actually knocked out the power. So we actually went for a drive because we were just being curious people, and we drove around the city. There was actually a lot of cars driving around. It was really dangerous actually because the traffic lights weren't working. We didn't really take that into accountability. And one of the streets were really super flooded, and I didn't see it. It was like insane. You could take a boat on one of those roads. But anyway, the next day too was really hot and it was all dried up. It was really crazy. Well, plus the drain pipes obviously too. Moving on to Sunday, first thing I'm marking is that I slept in using another Paper Bits Co-Girl, marking Apex with this Prairie Planner controller, marking groceries with the groceries. I always do this to myself. I try to talk fast when I'm falling behind. That grocery cart sticker is from the kit. This burger sticker is from the Prairie Planner, not the kit, but from her shop. And this evening, I just watched a movie called Colors of Evil Black, which is new on Netflix. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great week. Bye.